Greetings! Thank you for tuning in to Scrappin' Fun with Beth. I'm Beth Graves and I'm a Creative Memories Advisor. In today's session, we're going to talk about my favorite, well, one of my favorite tools, the personal trimmer. But before we do that, I want to start off with a joke. It gets us in the right frame of mind to learn something new. In honor of spring, hopefully coming soon, well, I've got all those April showers on their way. What do you call a bear that gets caught in a spring shower? A drizzly bear. Oh, I know, another eye roller. Maybe it made you laugh. Anyway, now you're in the proper frame of mind to learn about the personal trimmer. I'm going to move over to my overhead camera so that you can see my desktop here. And right here, personal trimmer. This is it. If you don't have it, you want it. If you're still using the old color scheme, which is the dark Creative Memory blue, I believe the arm is blue as well, that's okay. It's still good. As long as it's cutting straight for you and cutting crisply for you, you should be okay. If you want to upgrade, there's nothing like a new one. Anyway, features are going to be the same on both. So it's got a measurement line here with your 1, 2, 3, and 4 spelled out for you. You've got a custom cutting system mat, which is the same thing as this mat here. And so with your cutting system, you could actually cut like on the mini circle, the smallest circle, the smallest oval. I believe the inside of the medium you could still cut. Beyond that, you start running into the guide rail. But if you had small things to cut with the cutting system, you could use this mat just like you do the big one, which is kind of fun. There is a secret drawer. Some people don't even know this drawer exists. So the drawer is here. And I just have an extra guide sitting in mine, so I'm just going to move that out of the way. Sorry about that. This is great for putting your glue pen, your tape runner refill. Some people put their scissor, their photo cloth. There's a lot of different things that you could put into your drawer and carry it along. I tend to keep mine empty. It is a good place to put that stash of chocolate that you might need when you're scrapbooking too. So the drawer is there. And you may not know that if you pull the drawer out, it actually has more measurements on it. So if you wanted to measure further, you could use this to go out to 5 inches, even to 6 inches, and do different things there. So there are more measurements on the bottom of that, but you do either have to keep it empty and just leave it this way, or you're flipping it and moving it around at different times. So sometimes just using the bigger mat or the bigger trimmer works better. You have a photo guide rail here, and this is designed to have a little bit of flex, and you're going to be able to slide your photo under and cut your picture or smaller cardstock. So let's see. It is a fairly safe tool. You lift the arm, you bring it down. A lot of people want to cut and just kind of move slow. That is not how it's designed. It is designed to make a quick, crisp cut and come down. And so it's like that guillotine. You're going to just keep going and going. And it's somewhat therapeutic, if you don't mind me saying. So if you had a photo, you can do a 4x6, the vertical direction. It has plenty of room. So I believe you can go to almost 7 inches. I'm not sure. Let me see. I have a 5x7 here. So I could not cut a 7-inch. Well, I wouldn't. So maybe 6.5 is the length maximum. And then it depends where you want to cut up to 5 inches here. So with a 4x6, if I was going to get rid of some of my sky and some of the dark on the bottom, okay, I'm going to bring it in. In the old days, we used to line up on one of the lines. And that was because the trimmer at that time was designed that the arm didn't go all the way up. So when we tried to line up at the top, we couldn't get a straight cut. So we were kind of taught, well, just line up on one of these other grid lines and make your cut. Well, this trimmer, the arm does go all the way back. It may fall a little, so you just have to push it up. And then you can slide this up and you can get a straight cut lined up at the top, which is the best way to go about it. And again, it's a quick, crisp cut. So if I were to do this, I'm flipping it over so I can get the bottom there. Again, it's not doing this. We want a quick, crisp cut. Excess comes off. You can throw that in the garbage. Sometimes it sits in the well here and you just slide it off. Not a big deal at all. You can also measure your photo if you're trying to get a 4x2 or something like that. You know, you can do this. You can also cut cardstock, smaller pieces of cardstock. Again, keeping in mind that 6.5-ish inches this way. So if I had this piece of vellum, which I used in a previous video, and I wanted to trim down the mat that was around it, I could line up in my trimmer, cut, quick cut, and now I have trimmed that cardstock. I can again move that off the side. So another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, use your guide rail and hold your keep your finger on it to hold it in place while you're making that quick, crisp cut. Because sometimes your photo can slip, and when you're in the midst of that quick cut, you don't want to have your picture be kittywampus and then you end up with a crooked cut. So if you hold it up and then place your finger on the guide rail, not too far over, you don't want to catch your blade, but hold it on the guide rail. When you do that quick cut, then your photo's going to stay in place. You're going to get that straight, even edge. So depending what I have to do here, again, 1 or 2 fingers to hold that guide rail down, keep your photo in place, or your cardstock, whatever it is you're happening to cut. So let's see, we talked about the method for cutting, we talked about the guide rail, we talked about the secret drawer, using the cutting mat on top, the measurements across the top. You could also put something here if you wanted to draw those out. I know from below it looks like you can't see it, but if you have the trimmer in front of you, you can see those marks. They're all there. So from this distance, it doesn't, I know you guys are having a hard time seeing that there were actually numbers there. So if I was trying to make all of my pictures be 4x4, I know where to line up and hit that 4-inch mark to keep it consistent. So, all right, let me come back over to the other camera. Whoops. All right, so quick overview of the personal trimmer and how to use it. I hope that helps you if you have been having trouble with anything or find that you're not cutting things straight. Remember that you can line up at the top, you can keep your arm up higher, and it's that quick, crisp cut, not a slow one. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Thank you for tuning in to Scrappin' Fun with Beth. Until next time, have a great day. Thanks.